welcome back, Nerdiverse, for another episode of the Masters of the Nerdiverse podcast, where we have always have such sights to show you. I'm, of course, Master of the Nerdiverse, Mike G. And back with me, as always, is the man himself, the dude who almost beat Saboba, the man we simply call Watch. What's going on, sir?
What is up? It is Friday night. Glad to be back here in the Nerdiverse on what I'm going to call a hot and humid one this evening. It feels like I should have some type of like crawfish soup or something of that nature. Like it's swampy out. So that being said, I think it coincides with it is summer. There are games, and it's Friday, so let's just have a freaking festival, bro.
Absolutely. This is absolutely ceviche weather, bro. I need me some ice cold ceviche. You know what I'm saying? With the little
Yeah,
with the tort. You know what I'm saying? A
yeah.
little bit of lemon, bro, and that
Actually, that's a good
cerveza.
idea. That's a great idea. In fact, I wound up getting some ribs, and I didn't look at the weather. You know what I mean? It was just Sunday. I'm like, oh, I'll get some ribs, and then it's supposed to be like 92, and I'm like,
It technically is rib weather if
I-
you're from like North Carolina or Kansas City or something like that.
a little hot, little
Summer
hot,
ribs, them
little
summer
hot.
ribs. When you barbecuing with no shirt on, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
you see what I mean? Like you don't want to do that around fire. That's my point. That's my
No, you got
point.
you got to be you got to be deep.
So,
If you see your barbecue master with no shirt on and some slides and a little
ooh,
straw hat, he about to put his ankle in it. I'm just telling you.
that is true. That is true.
Speaking of heat, we have a fire episode tonight, man. We're on the cusp of two gaming events that happened this week. So it's oops all gaming. I wanted to try to mix up the docket this evening, but the gaming lords would not allow it. The Nerdiverse is on lockdown. Chunk, you know what I'm saying? So tonight we are going to be presenting, without further ado, the newest episode of Masters of the Nerdiverse podcast, episode 167. Tupac is back, baby. He's returned. Tupac has returned, dude.
He's around.
Somehow Tupac has returned. And we all have to deal with it. It's all our problem now, dude.
It is.
Wash. Have you been keeping up with all of this gaming news, man?
Yes, I have. Yes, I have. Well, almost though.
Almost all. I feel you on that.
Almost though.
So before we get started this evening, I always like to ask Wash of these four major topics. It was so hard kind of picking the docket this week, but of these four major topics, we have the God of War Luthé reveal, which was kind of big news before Pac showed up. Um, Final Fantasy VII Revelation, the final game in the Final Fantasy VII trilogy. Um, the remake of Resident Evil Code Veronica, that has me hype. And lastly, the resurrected Tupac Shakur and Stranger Than Heaven, okayed by Snoop Dogg himself. Of these four topics, which one are you the most interested in talking about?
God of War for 500, Michael.
Alex. We will take
Alex.
that. Alex Chaboy,
Yeah, and you didn't answer in the form of
in
a
form of a
question.
question.
Ah,
What is God of
what
War, Luthé?
is God? Ooh,
Ooh,
ooh.
that cost you the game. Ooh.
Yeah.
Now we're back to eating syrup sandwiches and graham allowances because we forgot.
Well, you know what? I might not necessarily be the biggest God of War head, but I know someone who is. And when I saw the trailer and have seen the well, I guess the Nerdiverse, I'm interested in what types of comments you may bring to the stage this evening, Michael.
Absolutely. And a lot of people aren't happy for this announcement, and we all know why, but we ignore them because that's the dark side of the Nerdiverse, and they should be
Well,
banished forever. So we all have our opinions, but we also have assholes. So you take that as you will. You know what I mean?
I did have
Um,
a question about the gameplay too.
we're going to talk about it. Trust and believe. Before we get started with anything, I always like to ask, if you like the content, please like the content. Wherever you're watching this, maybe YouTube, Twitch. This is a live show. Hello. So if you want to drop by and say hi, it's always appreciated. Subscribe to the channel so that you're made aware when new content goes live. And lastly, comment. Let us know your thoughts, your ideals. Is Tupac horrible for the game? Is he great? I can't wait to talk about that. It's the craziest bit of news we've had. Anyway, let's get into it, shall we? Before we move on to any other additional news, I have to ask Wash. No matter what, it doesn't matter what's going on in the world. I have to ask Wash first and foremost. How was your week?
Good week. Quick week. Quick week. As far as content goes that we have consumed, Mike, I just want to let you know that I am currently now in the middle of three Star Wars games, and it, along with my regular gaming schedule, because I have questions that need to be filled in. So we have started Jedi Survivor.
Yeah,
Not the second one, but the first one to
that's
get
fine.
through it
Start
and
right.
deal
Fall in
with it.
order. Fall in order.
Fall in order, thank you,
Yes.
so that we can fill in some of the plot holes that I now have questions about, which sort of kind of ties in the two to three. I don't know. Like at this stage, there's just a lot of Star Wars in my personal life, so it's a bit messy. I know the average Joe isn't really onto that, but and I don't know what the final lineup is tonight. I'm not sure if any of the Star Wars games made it, but you had asked me about Star Wars, and it's like, you know what? At this stage, if you're giving me story, it's something I have to consume. And
Hmm.
because of, my general attitude towards all Star Wars stories, I'm excited about all of it because it's always filling in gaps. So, on that note, number one, we finished Star Wars. Poe Dameron Freefall.
How was that?
That was good. Do you have my mic?
I hear you. I got you. I
You
hear
might
you.
be the fan. That's what's killing me. Because I feel like I'm yelling
Evil
over
fans
something, bro.
is yelling
I'm
over the sake for
like,
living, bro. We have
why am I
fans are
yelling?
necessary today. You're good,
Yes. I'm cool now. In 10 minutes, we like, oh, that fan.
bro. Back on. you know.
So the fantastic Poe Dameron book Free Fall, and let me just say I found myself in now a sequels hole. Like it started with Phasma, and it has just led up to many different books at this stage. I want to say I'm 6 or 7 in, and the world is vibrant, it's bright, it's
Hmm.
it makes me want to go back and watch the sequels again, which I am overdue. But that notwithstanding, you know, here is my thought to everyone. Because when I say Poe Dameron free fall, right? They're dropping some nuggets in this book. Like I said, Poe Dameron's mother is a Luke Jedi. This is canon. So we don't have any information about the Skywalker Jedi, about Luke's
Hmm.
Jedi. This is like the first. So they're dropping nuggets in it, and essentially it's about Kajimi, which brings me to Star Wars Outlaws and made me go
Hmm.
cruising around. And Poe Dameron and that little episode 7 scene that we see with Finn, Ray, and him. And oh, you're a pirate? You were a stormtrooper. You were a Jedi. And it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, this is that story. And I want to tell everyone, you, you can't make a $300 million movie every day. You know what I mean? So you have to fill in the holes somehow. And they're doing this through the literary form. And I want to say I've downloaded another 3 or 4, literally yesterday, 3 or 4 sequels type books. One of them being a Luke Skywalker book, which takes place between episode 4 and Empire, but has a bearing on episode 7. So I was like, what? Cover looks terrible. You would never pick it up, but I'm in. I'm
Those
in.
are always good ones. Cover's terrible, content's awesome.
That
You know what I'm
it's
saying?
almost every Star Wars book at this stage. It's like if it has a terrible cover, I'm like, oh, this is gonna be a fantastic book.
It's gonna be
Because
good.
I judge a book by its cover. I always have. That said, there is a book, Invasion of the Blue Lights. I read it when it was a little tyke, like Forest Blue Lights about aliens. which actually brings me to topic 2. Um, awesome book. Read it.
Awesome book.
So, any comments about any of that, Mike? And did you see Mandalorian? Were you able to see that in
It's on
Nerd?
the
Okay.
docket
All right.
for tomorrow. I'm going to see He-Man. It's going to be a He-Man Mando double feature tomorrow. So that
It's
is
gonna be
the game
loud.
plan. Yeah, I'm probably going to have like my ears going to be ringing by the time I'm back in the car, but that's okay.
Uh,
What?
well, well,
Did you
so
did you pick up your popcorn bucket? What?
I
No, it'll be fine though.
saw some kids. They made some homemade like He-Man popcorn buckets. I'm like, that's cool, man. Number 2, and this is not our normal um topic, but I fell into a hole because
Mhm.
it had dropped and I didn't know. I had planned on watching Spider Noir. In fact, that was on the
Mm,
docket this week, or Mario, because I see that that's available for rent.
yeah.
So that was what I was thinking. But unfortunately for all of that, folks, the best science show on television dropped season 7. Watch Skinwalker Ranch.
Oh yeah, you and Skinwalker Ranch,
Watch
bro.
the secrets of Skinwalker Ranch,
Oh
people.
no.
It is at season 7. They are knee deep in the mesa of Utah Basin. And there's just so much weirdness. But if you like tech, they're throwing already up 100 by 100 drones. Like they're bringing in the drills. Mike, this Mike, if I told you right now, sitting in front of you, like whatever's in front of you, the camera,
Yep.
the camera, if
Yeah.
I told you that there was like an invisible barrier that was like 120 centimeters wide and it radiated all around your room, what would you say?
No. Why can't I see it?
You would say impossible, right?
Yeah,
What
no.
if I told you this show has drones flying in and out of this thing? It's 120 feet long in diameter. The circle itself is like 2,000 feet. It covers like the mesa. It is a specific circle that's measurable and invisible. But when you throw technology through it, it just dies.
Like
Watch
a
this
like a EM
show.
like a EMP field or something like that?
Dude, it's insane. Watch this show. It is the best science show on television. So, um, yes, aliens, whatever. But that being said, it's a fantastic show, and there's 4 episodes. I watched all 4 of them, and between that and the finals, there goes the week. That being said, are you interested in Steven Spielberg's Disclosure Day?
You know what? A lot of my family is. A lot of my family
Okay.
is like Spielberg heads, and I'm not necessarily like sold on the trailers yet because it doesn't seem like Indiana Jones, E.T. Spielberg. It seems like AI, the Terminal Spielberg. You know what I mean? Like it's a little
Yeah.
bit drier. It's not as fun. There isn't going to be a John Williams whimsical song. So I don't know. I wasn't really a big Close Encounters of the Third Kind of guy.
Okay.
So the mystery of aliens is kind of something that when it's real, it's super fascinating. You know what I mean? When it's obviously fake, it's like, okay, what can they do with this? So I don't know. I'm not like overly, I kind of feel about that how I feel about the Odyssey, where it's kind of like, like it's going to be interesting, but I'm not hype. I'm not like, oh my god, I got to get my disclosure day popcorn bucket or nothing like that.
No, and go to the movie to see that. Definitely support it, but I don't want to watch that in a movie theater in any way,
Yeah,
shape, or form, man.
maybe
That's
IMAX
gonna
because
be at home.
you remember when ID4? Remember the very first trailer for ID4,
Yeah,
and you saw the
yeah,
ship crest the freaking cloud line, and it looked insane, and it was like hovering over the White House, like you were going to see that movie. It doesn't like
yeah.
it removed it. That trailer removed the option from you back in '94 or whenever.
Yeah. No, this is not that movie. And when you talk
No,
about downer alien movies, like it definitely the trailer is one of the things I was like, this trailer is not really cut
It's not
well, but
getting me.
whatever. It's Spielberg.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What am I going to say?
Yeah. I'm not
Like
gonna.
you do you. It has its purpose. Whatever. When we look back, I'm sure it'll make sense. But that Amy Adams alien movie was also really
Arrival, bro.
serious. I
No,
was
no,
not really a
not
fan,
Arrival.
man. Is
Come
that
on.
what? Yeah, it was a rival. It was a rival. You're right. You're right. And no, I wasn't really a fan of that. So you're right. You can hit or miss depending on the tone of your alien movie. Also, shout out to
Hmm?
you know
Emily Blunt, bro.
signs, alien
Signs is one
movie,
of the GOAT alien movies. Yeah,
but
Signs is a GOAT
good. You
alien
know what
movie.
I mean? So
Yeah.
it depends in tone, depends on what you're doing. I will agree with you. Trailer, not so much. That said, Skinwalker Ranch, aliens, invisible fields, drones, science. Watch it.
Watch it. Do it.
Mike, how was your week?
What's one thing we got to back up on that I will not allow to be backed
Oh,
up on?
all right.
How is Fallen Order?
I mean, it's fine. I'm going through the same. Dude.
Talk about it. Expound. Where are you in the
Especially,
game?
uh, th- th- I'm within the first 2 3 hours. I'm still relatively early. I've been through there though. You know what I mean? I've gotten up to the Wookiee stage before, and then the
Uh
stupid water puzzle like killed me. But there's things that are happening early in that game that I want to know about because when we talk about Star Wars and we talk about things that I'm specifically interested in, who is the Grand Freaking Inquisitor?
I don't know. There
It
is no
has to
true
be there
there,
somewhere.
there is no true background story that I'm aware of
It, th-
that breaks down who this man was, will be. You know what I'm saying?
but there might be a little hint or nugget here or there, which is what has sent me on this journey. Because as I'm going in the sequels whole, a lot of the sequel stuff that I'm reading, it kind of aligns with Star Wars Outlaws. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a lot of faction stuff. There's a lot of different factions, and you know, they blend, and we know that that's an excellent game. So um, when you play Outlaws and then you go to Fallen Order, like it's such a and I mean Outlaws is not necessarily the best controls ever made. Fallen Order feels like someone has chained my hands and they're like,
Do this
no,
combo now. Yeah. Play
yes,
this. I want you to play it. Yeah.
and thus I'm very much looking forward to the next game because I'm sure they improved on it. And I
Yeah.
thought about just skipping it, but we'll
No,
we'll see.
it's you
But
gotta play.
I do need
I
to see. There's stuff I need to see. There's just stuff
what
I need to see.
what I will say without spoiling it, and first of all, what's going on, Bradley? Bradley showed up to the channel, so thank you, Bradley, for coming through. Um, the game, the storyline is very Inquisitor heavy. So if you want to learn more about the Inquisitors, the science of the Inquisitors, the kind of modus operandi of the Inquisitors, ninth sister, in all these cool Inquisitor
Yeah.
situations, the indoctrination of an Inquisitor, it's all there, as well as a lot of Order 66 stuff. So through the eyes of Cal and his wonderful crew. So I highly recommend to play both games because they tell different stories about different times of Star Wars and from Cal's eyes. And I think it's important to fill those gaps, as you would say.
Did you see the rumors and the photos in regards to the time jump? Where did you see Cal with the beard and whatnot?
Yeah,
What do you make
I
of where we're at time wise, based just off that photo and what you
I
know? Where would you say that is?
I don't want to give credence to it till it's real. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't, because that can just be somebody talking crazy with a blue check mark. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying?
look, we're about to
It's
talk
hard.
video games. You know how I come
Yeah,
across
it's
with.
not real until it's
So
real, right?
cool.
So
Right.
what I will say is that to give Cal a time jump, because what makes sense? Because where is he? Right? Like, I don't necessarily want to play as old man Cal. I don't want old man Logan, but Cal Kestis. I still want him to be young. He doesn't have to be like younger. He could be like, how old was Luke in Return of the Jedi?
let's call him.
22,
Let's
23,
just call him 20. No, let's call him like 28,
28, 20.
29.
I'm
Yeah,
fine with Cal being about that age. Maybe having a little kid, you know what I'm saying, with what's her face. I'm fine with that. I don't want grizzled, old, jaded Cal. I've heard that story a billion times. So gray beard and all that. Because I still want this character to be played by the actor. So
right.
let's maintain his iconic look. Now,
Dominique Monaghan, or is that the
Dominic
Lost
Monaghan.
guy?
No, you're mixing two names. His name is something like that. I know what you're
Okay,
talking about.
yeah, all right.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't want it to go too far into the future because each game talks about very specific times of Star Wars. Second game is about the New Republic and about that timeline. I talked to you about that. That's what I'm trying to get you to play because I was like, man, there's a lot of New Republic stuff in this game. Um, so for the third game, what hole could you fill there? Are we going to talk about, the time in between what would be a good time? The time in between Return and The Force Awakens.
I mean, yeah, it's
What
open.
It's open. It's wide open.
Mm.
You can have your cameos. You can have your Ahsoka. You can have your Mando. You know what I'm saying? And you can have your old Luke. You can have young Luke. There's a whole gap of time where you can play around and have Cal do whatever.
I wonder if they're going to bring him into the live action universe. I don't
They would be
know.
stupid if they don't.
I mean, he is an actor, so it's like, what are we?
What are we doing? If that's when I'm like, what are we doing?
Yeah,
If you let this young man rot in the gaming space and you don't, I would be thoroughly
Star
upset
Wars
about that.
is known for
Notorious
doing
for
that.
doing
You
that.
know what I mean?
But what gives me hope is that it gives me a new hope is that Revan is becoming canon.
Oh, okay.
The Knights of the Old Republic is becoming canon.
Yeah.
So that opens doors to these kinds of things. Like put them on Disney Plus. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I really don't care. Give us a 3-4 short kind of like episode of
Give
Cal
us a
Kestis.
Tales. Yeah, man. Give
Tales
us give us an
Tales of Cal
episode, four
Kestis.
episode of Tales. Yeah, man. Why
I would
not?
be so down. I don't need him in a big old movie. I don't need him being a cameo in episode 10 or Starfighter. Give my man like a little one episode like Punisher, one last kill level, 90-minute moment. Let him have a moment.
He's
And
kind
I'll
of
be okay with
busted.
that. He's very busted. I
He's
was
kind
watching
of busted.
someone pitted Ezra against Cal, and they took Cal in that fight.
I mean, just reading the book, which is not you all can skip that one. Um, yeah,
Cal is super busted.
he's busted. In fact, again, why is he so busted? When we talk about like Vader and Sam Winter, like that dude.
It's because
Wow.
he never stopped training
Oh,
since he was on the run since Order 66,
gotcha.
right? And then he got with what's her face, and he started training there. And then they left him, and he became like a Inquisitor hunter, where he just never stopped fighting the entire
Gotcha.
time, learning
And that
different
is,
styles. Bradley says, "What about Star Killer?" We don't talk about Star Killer
yeah, Star
because
Killer. That's who I was thinking
because
of.
he's the most busted. He's the most ridiculous kind of like not. If they made Star Killer canon, I would throw a lot of things off because how does he lose? How do you
It just,
how do you
just depends on how you do it. You know what I
yeah
mean? All you have to do is get a fatal flaw, essentially, something that is, you know, whatever they call that, the Achilles heel. There's always
there's always
your
an
heroes.
Achilles.
There's
No
always got one,
perfect, right?
right? So,
I don't know.
Vader has Anakin. They don't use it. They only use it when they really need it. But oh yeah, all right. And we'll probably
Yeah,
get
you
there.
put
So
if a Knights of the Old Republic, the Sith Lords tells you, there's a ton of ways to kill a Jedi.
right.
There's so many. Have you got to that part yet?
No,
I'm sorry. That's so. Oh, okay. It's crazy.
bro.
Okay. Do me a
This
favor.
game is so long.
Finish whatever you
Try.
do. Finish out what's his face's storyline. His name is
Bro, I am
what's his name?
putting on.
Candor. What's his name? Canton.
Oh, the Mandalorian.
No. The Han Solo
Oh
uh
yeah, yeah, yeah. Him.
finish his
Gotcha.
storyline. Do me a favor. Bring him to what Jedi. You can convert your entire team in
All
that
right.
game. It's so good.
All right.
It's so good writing. But I
You can see
digress,
me
bro.
play that on Star Wars Friday, folks. We're playing it. I played it today. So,
Played it
yeah,
today.
we're on Narshadar. We got like 3, 4 planets knocked out. Like, you know, they're just
We're
long.
trucking
Each one
along.
is long, and I'm trying to
Trucking along.
cruise through. Like, you look at my missions, and there's just empty missions that I haven't done, and it's
Yeah, it's a
like,
lot to do.
no,
It's a lot of
bro, it's just
content,
a lot going on.
a lot of reading. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of voice acting. You'll see why Kreia is one of my favorite characters. If
Woman
anything,
bothers me.
Kreia is insane, dude.
She bothers
Um,
me so much. Always yelling, like, would you shut the
Kreia's
bro?
on Kreia's on that ass.
Like, I'm serious. No one asked
I,
you.
no one asked you, Kreia.
Like,
Can I live? Can
I'm
I live?
serious. You go back like 2 weeks. That's all I'm saying for an hour. Because every other minute she's butting in with her
Yeah,
opinion, and I'm
she
like,
has
yeah,
opinions.
I
You're
don't
not
care, man.
you're not doing it right.
I'm like,
you,
I'll see you soon, okay? I'll see you soon.
you've lost influence with Kreia, bro. Just
Hmm.
doing anything.
Twice.
Bradley said,
Twice,
"Watch had enough of her ass."
bro.
uh,
I don't need the.
Kreia is intense. What have I done with my week? Very short week. Just watching NBA finals, uh, which has been interesting. Sport, kind of seeing. And I was
Game on
my
right now.
game's on right now. Talking to Mike Prime, and he's all go Knicks, go Knicks, and I'm like, the Knicks can't win. Knicks can't win. The Knicks can't win. Like here's the thing: certain teams can never taste victory. You know what I'm saying? Because we'll never hear the end of it for all eons, right? I'm gonna name three real quick. The New York Knicks can never taste victory. I'm gonna catch so much shit for it. I don't care. I said what I said. New York Knicks can never taste victory because we'll never hear the end of it. The the Las Vegas Raiders can never taste victory. Like the Raiders can never taste the big game because they'll just become Mad Max and we won't have a country anymore. Um, Clippers can never taste victory. That's from Bradley. So I'm watching
Oh,
watching the games. Basketball is always fun when it's fun. I've been watching a lot of Jack Ryan. I fell down a Jack Ryan hole.
hold on, hold on. Look,
Okay,
dude, Knicks, come on, man. It's
the Knicks can't
America's
win.
250. It's America's 250. It is a team of destiny. Are you kidding me?
The
The
Knicks
big
can never taste
250 Knicks
victory, dog.
championship, dude.
I don't
Santa's
want to
gonna
hear
come
it.
out like unicorns are gonna fly. This
If the
this is going to happen. I'm
if the
sorry. It's been
Knicks
written.
win, bro, I don't
Uh, Go
I don't
put
want
your
to.
money on the Knicks, folks.
Uh,
This is written.
I
This is
don't
done.
want to hear it, man. Knicks fans are already obnoxious. Can you imagine if they actually did something positive? No, man. No.
I
If
didn't
well,
write it. I didn't write it. I didn't
I
write
did
it. San Antonio's not
sports,
going to win in the America's
sports.
250. It's not going to
Yeah.
happen.
All right.
Especially because July 4th, the finals, I think Game 7 will be around June 30th. That's when it normally is. So then July 4th, same weekend, party in New York. Are you kidding me? Popping bottles, flying flags, illegal fireworks going off. Yeah, New York.
You think I
New
didn't travel
York.
now? I'm not going to New York for the next. New York's gonna become like social Chernobyl, bro. You cannot
Bro.
go into New York for the next 7,000 years.
Yeah. Like, you don't want to be in
You
there.
don't want to
It's
be
gonna be
even in the
wild,
drop
man.
zone. New
It's
York's
gonna be
gonna be social
wild.
Chernobyl for like 1,000 years, bro. So did that, watching a lot of Jack Ryan. I watched it so backwards. I watched season 4 because I was just like, you know what, F it, I'm just gonna watch season 4. Last season, right? I watched the movie and said, you know what, I'm gonna start back to season 1. So I've been watching season 1, cleared season 1, and watching season 2 right now, and I'm really enjoying it. Um, Krasinski is doing a John Krasinski is kind of a goofy action star, but I'm kind of realizing the most goofiest looking dudes be the best action stars. You know what I mean? Like the non action looking dudes be pretty decent action stars.
As long as
Like,
we're not talking about like Ben Stiller, okay.
no, I mean like Liam Neeson. You know what I'm
All
saying?
right.
Like,
Yeah, all right. Valid.
like
Valid.
the dude from Kingsman. Like goofy looking dudes who don't look like they know how to
Colin
kick.
Firth?
Colin Firth is not an action star, bro, but
I
he
mean,
kicks
but he's
ass.
not a
He
goofy
kick,
looking dude. He's Colin Firth, bro. Like,
he looks,
he's a
he looks.
distinguished gentleman.
He's a
Like,
distinguished
damn.
gentleman.
Damn.
James Bond style, I guess.
Like,
Who's the goofiest looking James Bond to you? Like, there's no way this guy could do what he's doing.
I honestly, I just think more. More. They
More,
know. Yeah, like more in all things, and you say James Bond kind of tops the list. I wasn't a
it
big
may be a
Roger
hot
Moore Bond
take,
guy.
but I don't think Connery pulls it off, man. Maybe I'm too young.
Ooh, I think that is a hot take.
I don't think Connery just ever looked. He didn't sound like Bond. It's just I don't
That's true.
know. But my favorite Bond is Pierce Brosnan. So I don't know. I guess that's the '90s kid in me. Robert
Yeah.
Pattinson. Robert Pattinson would never be Bond. Well, I take that back. I don't know. He could be probably a dope Bond. He's already Batman. You know, he's just not intimidating. That's his only problem. What you say? You know what you said, Robert Pattinson, Bradley. I'm just I'm going off what you talking about. Video games. No video games this week. Just I'm still kind of. It's been a busy week, so just real no time to sit and play Forza. Been playing Marvel Snap, but Marvel Snap's Marvel Snap. You know what I mean? And
Oh, I'm glad you mentioned that because I've been meaning to text you, but I haven't seen that you've been getting a lot of cubes. I don't pop in there often, but when I see, I'm like, ah, you haven't been playing that much. Does it
yeah,
seem like they did something with the AI where like it is stupid, like Street Fighter 2 levels of cheap and like stupidity going on? Because I play decks and I'm literally playing the opposite of the decks that I'm playing, and it's like almost
it's
purposeful, and it's like, how is and it just seems within the last week and a half that someone, and I'm used to these changes because they're always fucking with like GPT and
yeah.
perplexity and how like they answer and respond. So it's like you get used to something and it's like, no, and it's like, no, it's kind of like you're playing poker and they keep pulling like three of a kind and you're like,
I
I,
think with Snap, and they tell you all day there's no fixes, there's no auto losses, but I think there is. I think there's two different types of bots: the bot that you're not going to win against, and the bot you're just going to steamroll. It
right,
actively loses against you. And the higher you get up, the higher you encounter the you're just not going to win bots. On top of the sweaty decks from like rank 80 to 100. You know what I'm
God
saying? That's when you're
knows.
like, sweaty decks.
Yeah, I got one. It's called Stop. It's literally called Stop. You want to know why? Because all your nonsense, it just stops, and you're like, why am I playing this game? Because I can't do anything. Yup. Stop. I really
Yeah.
wish we could get the names of our decks, like
I
when
don't want to see what
this thing,
degenerate names
dude.
people make for their
Yeah,
decks, bro.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't
Because I
want that
want
kind of
you to,
smoke.
I want you to know, what's this, and then after it happens, it's like, yeah,
You know,
stop playing that BS,
people
bro.
are people are too out of control, man. I don't want to see like, you know, I don't even want to think of nothing crazy. You know, baby batter blaster 98. What does that even mean, Doug? And it's a fucking move deck. Like, I don't want to see your gross, weird decks, guys. I don't want to know the names. I barely want to see your name.
Yeah.
I'll never forget. I had to report some guy because his name was Nat Figure, and that pissed me off. What the fuck am I doing? It's like I'm a grown ass adult, dog. I got a 401k. You know what I'm saying? I'm an adult. I do things. Why am I playing this asshole, this racist
Bro,
jerk? I can't do it. Other other than that,
bro.
um, I just watched a lot of video game content. So you ready to get into this week, man? It's been
Yes,
kind of a
sir.
it's been a dead week content wise because I have to see all the movies this weekend. So I have a lot more to talk about next week. Let's get into some. We got a lot to talk about, so let's get right into it. So we're going to be talking about right off the bat. Sony State of Play was this week. They closed with a very surprising, but not completely out of left field announcement that we're getting a side game called God of War Luffy, based on his wife, Faye, starring the great Deborah Ann Mall from
Mm.
Daredevil. Um,
Oh,
she plays Karen Page in
that's
Daredevil.
awesome.
Also in True Blood. That's where I know her from. She is from
Oh,
originally from True Blood. Um,
only one season, and then I was out, man. I was like, nah, I'm good.
I was a True Blood guy. I read the books and
Okay.
everything. I was making up characters, Doug. It was bad. That's when I was young, impressionable. Impressionable Mikey. Wash, what did you think of this gameplay trailer? And you mentioned earlier that you're not much of a God of War guy. Does this like encourage you to go back and play those games?
I'll just play God of War, right? Like
Oh
for
wow,
me,
okay.
yeah, yeah. The thing that I have about the gameplay, and it's not really a negative, it's just more my commentary on it. Like as far as what it looks like, it may play completely different. But before I get to that, frankly, my major question when I was watching this very cool trailer is how many folks they got there working over there at Santa Monica Studios?
A lot.
Because they have a number of God of War games in the works, not
Hmm.
including the remakes of,
Mm,
you know, 3 and 4.
yeah,
So okay, fair
yeah.
enough. I have questions in that regard, right? Because there's only so much good talent that can go around. So
Hmm.
that's kind of where I have a question. That said, gameplay, I thought it looked cool. I love the idea. I liked how it picks up right when like two separate worlds, man.
Yeah.
Literally, this is what happens. You move on to have pizza, and now all of a sudden someone's getting do you have your 2 coins in your eyes to cross this
No,
river?
you go over
Nah.
here now. You get to go over here. If you don't have that, you get to go over there.
It's like
You know,
you're gonna have a go of it. Good luck.
have fun. Good
So,
luck.
um, but my issues with the gameplay, it kind of looked like Devil May Cry. In
And
a
that's a bad thing.
strange way. Yeah, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of new
Wow.
Devil May Cry. I like
Oh my
old Devil
goodness.
May Cry. New Devil May no, no. We had this discussion in regards to Final Fantasy. It's like, why does my Final Fantasy game look like what Devil May Cry DMC game? And it's like,
Yeah.
you know, I'm not a big fan of that general play style of game. Like just
Okay. Fair
doesn't
enough.
do much for me. So that was my only thing with it. It does look a lot faster than God of War, but
Yeah.
it also look. Oh yeah, rain. Um, humidity dropped by
I
like
can see it going
10%,
crazy
bro.
outside in your window. I can see it going crazy.
It's helpful. So that's my comments. But Mike, you are the God of War head, so I am curious. What are your thoughts, and how did you like the cube?
Cube rules. I like weird, dumb, like companion pieces, and cube combos will be. I want to be able to level into my cube. I want to give him like action
Ooh.
points and make him, give him a little cube armor. You can put stuff inside the cube and make it more powerful, dog. What a gameplay. Let's start there. It To me, and a lot of people are saying, and I kind of concur, is that it looks a lot more like OG God of War. It plays a lot like God of
Mm,
War 1, 2, and 3 back when we were kids, with you know, the camera's a little bit backed out. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot faster. There's a lot more movement, agility, and you can jump and do air combos. All very God of War. You jump, you do the little combo with Kratos, you slam them down. That stopped in 2018 in Ragnarok, and now we have it back with Faye. So I'm a big, God of War Platinum Games, Devil May Cry, dude. I want the style meter to go up as I do combos and do counters and parries. So yeah, that's all right up my alley.
And so you say that, and it's like I didn't get into God of War until they moved past that. And that's really
Yeah.
when God of War was like, oh, well, this is more interesting to me. Just because they slowed it down a bit, it wasn't quite as frenetic, it wasn't quite as button mashy. That said, God of War 2, PlayStation. PlayStation 2.
One of the best games of all time.
One of the
Yeah.
best games of all time. I've played it. I pushed the buttons. I had a good time. I'm just saying in general. Same thing with DMC. I like the first one. It just it has become a thing that I
Don't have fun with. I understand.
don't
It's
necessarily have
it's an
fun with.
evolution you're not happy with. There's plenty of games I used to love. I
Yeah.
like Borderlands. I love Borderlands, and whatever it is now, I don't like. It just doesn't appeal to me anymore. I don't know if that's age. I don't know if that's taste. I don't know if that's sentiment. But I understand that. You know what I mean? Um, so that's that in regards to like the gameplay. It looks decent. It looks cinematic as hell, but it's Sony Santa Monica. I wanted to talk about, like you said, the thinning of the talent, right? Who is working on what, where, and how big is Sony Santa Monica, right? Like, because let's count. Let's count them out. You got God of War remake 1, 2, and 3. That's 3 teams. You got whatever they're working on, God of War 5. We're probably not going to see another God of War, true God of War, until like PlayStation 6. That's my,
Yeah. Okay.
Kobe
Makes sense.
shot. We're not going to see Kratos on screen again until the next console. This is kind of like that gap towards the end of this console generation into the new console generation. Fine. Um, in the story of God of War 18 and Ragnarok, they tell us up and down. Yeah, Frey was kind of crazy. There's a reason why she tamed Kratos. You know, Frey was the one that split the universe in half and fought Thor to a standstill. His axe, his winter axe in 18 and Ragnarok is her signature weapon that he adopted from her. So she's been badass this whole time. So everybody's like, why is she so sick now? Like, no, you weren't paying attention. Faye was a warrior princess, destructor, Red Sonja type vibe. So I want to get loose with Faye. Let's
Yeah.
get crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Storyline wise, sure. I love that it takes place at the same time as 18. It's like running. Like, why was it Faye helping them the whole time? Well, she was kind of fighting in Ultra Hell.
Bro,
She was
she was
she was
busy,
fighting.
man.
She was busy fighting in Super Jail and defeating all the Ultra gods. So yeah, she had things to do. You know what I'm saying? So I love stuff like that. Like the
Yeah.
Pope.
I thought it
You
was super creative. Like, if you're going to do it, I thought it was a super creative way to extend this story without, like, using Kratos and being
yeah.
like, we need some God of War. What are we going to do that's fresh and original? And it's like, yeah, let's just look over here.
You know what this tells me though? Watch this, that they have big plans for Atreus. Because this would have very easily been God of War Atreus and just made this his game. But they're like, no, we're saving him for whatever's happening in the future. So no,
Yeah.
let's pivot and put the focus on. And I'm so happy she's getting her own game, her own focus, her own experience, because she's an interesting character. And she was like on the cusp of the story for 18 in Ragnarok. So this is already purchased. It's already beaten. I'm already talking about it in MOTN 2030, whenever this comes out. So I'm very excited for this. I want to see where they go with the story. I want to see who you fight. Because if this is truly a god graveyard, there's so many you can play with here.
Uh,
Because you got Egyptian Bast, you got Mongolian gods, you've got Sekhmet, bruh, Sekhmet. I just like saying Sekhmet. So everybody's here. And of course, all the gods that Kratos killed during 1, 2, and 3 could possibly pop up here.
right.
So we'll see.
I I think Kratos could pop up. A face, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
A
they
back
showed him in the
shot, a
trailer.
memory, yeah.
They showed him in the trailer. He helps her up when she's
Uh,
down. So I'm sure he'll be there, Uh Bradley said, well, that Wolverine looks like one. What did he say? That Wolverine looks like one no Jet Li. Oh, 1 second. Oh, messing with the channel now. Let's see. Looks like one no. Okay, you know what's a good segue? Bradley, thank you. Because guess what we're talking about now? We're
oh
talking
man.
about the Wolverine deep gameplay trailer. But we talked about this a while ago, but we were both kind of weary and kind of cautiously pessimistic about the gameplay of this game. What can Wolverine possibly do? Wash, after watching this, how do you feel now?
Well, I'm gonna you were amped, and then I kind of brought you down a bit,
Yeah. Hmm.
right? So I'm very interested to see if you've went back up. For me, the gameplay trailer. Okay, I liked it. Like I
Hmm.
like it. It looks good. Question mark. Still hard for me to tell. The blood, great. It's visceral. One-on-one combat, the jumping, cool. Jean Grey, they're gonna redo that before this game comes out because
Why
that
do you
was
say
not
that?
Jean. That was not Jean Grey. I don't know who that was. Like it just didn't look like Jean Grey. So that's just
Mm,
my 2 cents on it. It looked like someone cosplaying as Jean Grey. Like the art just didn't look like Jean
dang.
Grey. So
It
what?
looked like
And I
Susan
love
from
Jean.
accounting, huh?
You you know
It looked like
so
Daphne from
it,
HR, huh?
it's cool. Actually, she did look a bit like Daffy with a
Yeah.
black jacket on. Now that you mention it,
Huh? Huh?
so anyway, so am I amped for this? Am I more amped? This is a question I was asking myself while I was watching the trailer.
Yeah.
I guess I'm more excited for the story. Like
Mm,
they finally put the story beats behind it. We're searching after some lost mutant kids. Cool, great. Always love a good
hmm.
story. So I'm interested in that aspect of it. I don't know if I'm still completely sold, and I know people love this trailer because I was looking online directly
Yeah.
after it dropped, and I was like, I get it, and that's cool, and I don't want to be a downer. It looks fine. I just don't know if I'm more excited for it.
What is it missing for you
Variety.
in
It looks kind of one
gameplay?
note. It just say that like the environments look one note. The
Hmm.
jumping looks fairly like I don't want to call it infamous, but let's call it
Like
infamous
magnet foo,
2.0.
where you just
Like
go to a
dude,
spot. Yeah.
it looks fairly and it over and over and over again, and I'm not seeing a lot of variety in
Mm,
anything. It all kind of looks one note to me.
yeah.
And then when you got the visceralness of it and all the blood and you're seeing it like person to person person, it's like, all right, 8 hours? What are we doing with this?
Hmm.
I don't know.
Uh,
My
you
two
making me
cents.
think. You're making me think about the Spider-Man games, right? We talk about variety,
Yeah.
and let's talk about you know milk toast. Has no rhythm, can't hula hoop Peter Parker, right? Um, and what variety did they provide him? Because just like what he can shoot webs and he can punch and kick, right? Jump real high, swing. But they gave him little tricks. They gave him like little gadgets and little things that he can use in mid fight to kind of add variety to his kit, so to speak. And I'm thinking, well, what aren't they showing for Wolverine? I think one big hint, and Bradley nails it, cameo heavy. I think a lot of his variety is going to come in his cameos. Like his gameplay changes when Gene is there. He's getting thrown around with people. He's floating in the air. So how does that fit with like a Cyclops? How does that fit with a Nightcrawler? You know what I mean? So I think and we haven't even seen Berserker Rage. What is that going to look like? You know, is it just going to be
Faster.
stronger slice, higher jump? I would hope not. Um, so I'm still I was cautiously pessimistic. Now I'm cautiously optimistic a little bit because adding Gene in there and kind of seeing the cool thing happening in the background then kind of come to the forefront and work with you, seeing the cinematic kind of moments and them flat out saying this is not open world, he's not Spider-Man. This is going to be more of a story driven
Hmm.
experience, which some people hate, some people love. I tend to love it because it has to fit the character,
Yeah,
right?
it depends on how it's being done.
If you're
Right.
not an open world dude, you shouldn't be doing open world stuff. You know what I'm saying? Make it a pointed direction. Sabretooth fight was awesome. Well, Sabretooth rules already. So I'm seeing them teaming up, fighting and then teaming up. You know what I mean? I'm very excited for the story. Wolverine is such a layered character. You can kind of do anything with him. He exists throughout time. So if this game wanted to start with Origins and him in 1667 or whatever, it could be and go crazy, right? Him fighting in the Vietnam War with like the Punisher. I don't think it's going to go that wild, but
I
you
that
can do that.
You know what it sounds like you're talking about is like a variety of depth, and that's not necessarily what I'm getting, right? Had the
Yeah,
trailer showed that, and I guess they did show him in different environments. He had your
yeah.
jungle environment, but
You're in Madripoor.
it
He's wearing his
still
patch
looked
outfit.
like it was on rails walking through what is a set trail, kind of jumping from person to person. Yeah,
I don't
we'll
know.
see what happens.
We'll
We'll
see.
see what
I'm very
happens.
high on it. It's the day one. This is Wolverine, man. What do you want? Because my boy
Watch
Cyclops shows
yourself.
up.
It is PlayStation.
And his place, and it's Insomniac. These guys are
Yeah.
impervious for
Oh,
bad games.
I mean that's why it looks like
It looks like honestly, it looks more like Jack and Daxter than it
is that
does.
I was like Jack and Daxter, right?
It looks
Yeah,
more like Jack and Daxter
that's what it
than it
looks
does
like.
Spider Man.
Yeah,
To
it
be to
looks
be
like Jack and
honest,
Daxter.
you
And
know
I
what I mean.
wasn't a
So
Jack and Daxter fan, but I
I,
get it.
yeah, and I didn't. I'm with it. So we'll see. I was very thrilled by the trailer. I don't even need no more. Just September. I'm ready. I don't want to see no more. I'm good to go. Speaking of things I just really couldn't unsee. This happened today. So Final Fantasy VII Revelation, the end of the trilogy that they've been working on for almost like 10, 15 years at this point, beginning at Final Fantasy VII Remake. Wash, you mentioned earlier that what's happening to my Final Fantasy? Why is it playing like Devil May Cry?
Uh-huh.
Have you touched any of the Final
No.
Fantasy remake stuff?
No.
No. Does this make you want to?
Not specifically because I wasn't a snow guy. I was the Final Fantasy before this. As we did our top 5 video game characters, go check
Watch
that
that
out.
episode.
Cecil, my number 3 pick. So I was the generation before Snow. I will admit this is a cool trailer. All Final Fantasy games look cool.
I mean,
All
they're gonna
Final
look
Fantasy
good.
games are good. I love Final Fantasy until we got to Final Fantasy X and X2. That's when things really started getting
You
off the
don't like
rails a bit.
lightning, bro? You don't.
It's
No,
like
that wasn't
I like the
lightning. That was
story, but the gameplay was just rough. That's what I'm saying. Like the story was fine, but the gameplay's rough. And
yeah.
if I'm gonna have to spend 70 hours with a game, I definitely want to enjoy myself. Here's what I will say about the remakes. I have watched them. They all look beautiful. I am bravo to them to remake this game in the manner for which they have remade it.
Mhm.
We were just talking about resources before. Is Square Enix Santa Monica Studios? How many Santa Monica studios fit in the Square Enix, do you think?
Square Enix is pretty damn huge. As
Right.
they're like Capcom, dude. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like
They
they're
have a
a
giant
conglomerate.
building when we were going into the place that shall not be named, and like they had a giant
They had a
office over
giant
there.
office over
Right,
there, and
and that was just the one location, right?
that was like
It took
the LA installation.
them 15 years to get this done. So God of War, I don't know what we're doing over at Santa Monica. Resource issue. That said, um, will I eventually get into these? Yes, without a
Yeah.
doubt, because they look like they're great games. I will say, because it's not here, I'm sure, I was a bit disappointed with Gamescom or Summer Games Fest, and the only one reason why. One
Mm,
reason why. I
why?
don't know if you got the chance to see it because this was the finale that they dropped. Um, I can't believe we didn't get one video of GTA anything.
Hey,
I'm a
watch,
little
watch, watch. You know, my Xbox is on Sunday.
Xbox is on Sunday. Okay, okay, okay.
Hold,
You're right.
hold it.
Okay.
Hold all of
I'm
that
like I'm
until
like
Sunday night.
one what okay,
Hold
okay,
all of it.
okay. Okay,
I
thank
think
you.
that's gonna be their
Thank you.
big. Hey,
Thank you.
bring it out on stage, right?
Thank you.
So
Okay.
I think
Okay.
I think all these events had a powwow, and they pretty much split the pie. All right,
Okay.
guys. we're going to do this. So we're going to get this. Sony, you can get that. Xbox, you can get that. I mean, because it's not like these are bitter rivals.
No,
I'm sure
not
they have
anymore.
conversations. Not anymore. Those were the dirty dozen '90s where people were getting shanked in Japan. Nah, we're good now.
Yeah.
We can have civilized conversations. So just hold that. I think Xbox.
Okay.
I'm, and it's not on the docket, but I've been saying Xbox needs to show out Sunday. They need to give us a clear, a concise direction. And I think that show is going to be bigger than people are expecting it to be.
I appreciate you saying that because it did tamper my enthusiasm for this. Because I was watching this and I'm like, how in the world
How is that
am
not
I
the
not
closer?
getting like
Yeah.
something like anything?
Why?
So okay,
Really?
I'll wait. I'll wait. I'll wait.
I may eat crow come next Friday, but
Okay.
I'm trying to shoot Xbox Bell. All I've been trying to do is shoot them Bell and give them the benefit of the doubt that they're not jerking our chain. Sunday would be the ultimate proof if they're being about what they're talking about. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. Valid. How do you feel about Final Fantasy VII trailer?
I think it was cool. It looks good. It's a long time coming. I think a lot of fans are excited about this. Final Fantasy VII is one of those games where it's just too iconic for its own good. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I have yet to touch any of the remake or rebirth or anything like that. And this kind of makes me want to do it. This kind of makes me want to jump in and catch up while there's still time. And in 2027, spring 2027, there's plenty of time to go and beat those games. So I think after I get my fill of Forza and between now and Wolverine, I have time to at least beat one of these games.
I think
Maybe Rebirth.
that's another reason I didn't jump into it is because of the way they segmented it out and did it. Because I wasn't really expecting that. So now that it is all complete, you are correct. It can be a much more complete gaming experience if you
Yeah.
want.
Yeah. And you can piecemeal it. Take your time. You know, I don't feel rushed to play any of these games. You know what I'm saying? They're only 100-hour experiences if you make them 100-hour
Right.
experiences. So I'm not trying to beeline the ending. I want to play it at my satisfaction, like a Outlaws, but I have time. And I may want to jump in these because I love Final Fantasy VII. I love the story. I love Cloud. I love Sephiroth. They're all cool stuff. So we'll see. I don't really have an opinion because I'm not really emotionally invested in these as much. I'm more of a Final Fantasy 14 guy. If I was to pick a number, but that's kind of cheating because it's an MMORPG. But if I had to pick an old school one, it would probably be like 6. I really liked 6 when I was a kid. Final Fantasy 6 was pretty dope. Speaking of things that are pretty dope, did you watch this?
No, it is the only trailer I missed, and I can't believe it
This
showed
is a
up because it
real
was not
picture.
on the
This is
rundown. And so my Roku has a habit of resetting, and it reset. And as soon as I got it back up, it was the ending of The Stranger Than Heaven. It was the closeout screen,
I don't
and I was like, "Well, at least I saw the trailer already, so I don't need to see it." And here we are. So, explain to me, what is this? How did that trailer go from what we talked about a month ago to this?
Stranger than heaven. Uh I thought this game was already doing a lot, right? It had the music, it had the over like indulgent trailer, it had Snoop was there, Snoop's son was there. I was like, this is extra. They're really going all out. But I didn't realize they had one step beyond. I didn't realize they had a Super Saiyan 3 in the pocket with this damn game. So the trailer for this is going as usual. We're seeing a lot of flourishes, the music, and then like some big reveal out the shadows with the bandana comes out a resurrected Tupac Shakur. And the audience kind of was flabbergasted. There was no cheer. There was no, yeah. Everyone was like, huh? What? And the nervous Japanese men came out with Jeff Keighley and they brought Snoop out to co-sign. Guess who's here with us, guys? Snoop Doggy Dog. So he walks out all cool and stuff, and he's like, so, elephant in the room. how did you guys get? Why did you guys get Tupac into the game? And his thing was, um, well, it just felt right. I knew Pac back in the day with Death Row Records, and then he just felt right for this project. And the Japanese guy's like, yeah, Sugoi, Sugoi, Sugoi. And it's like, I we talk about death masks all the time and how weird that is, the resurrection of people who've passed away outside of their own kind of like volition. And
Almost weekly at this stage.
I skipped the Stan Lee conversation last week
Yeah.
because I'm tired of talking about it. But the universe keeps bringing us some bullshit, right? Who's gonna voice Tupac? Though? I have so many questions.
Well,
Is he not gonna say
11
nothing,
labs that took some of his albums, they put it together, they synthesized the voice, and I'm assuming if that's supposed to be him, otherwise, why not just make it John?
You
You know what I
AI him?
mean?
Do you take the entire Illuminati albums and just make Tupac a digital creature and make that be the voice of Tupac?
Yeah.
That is ghastly, dog.
Yeah.
That's digital black magic right there.
I mean,
No pun intended. That is digital black magic, dog. I'm not a fan of any of that. And what's funny is that people who don't even like video games, like the bros, like the homies, is like, I don't know about that Tupac shit. I don't know about that. I don't know how to feel about that. The thugs don't like it. You can't do this to our goats, man. You can't just bring them back when you feel like it, bro. I don't care if the family said it's cool. It's not cool. Just stop. It gets me
here's my question. What is this game?
I don't know.
What is this game? So
It
this is
takes
my
place
question.
in the past. It's about immigrants who are going to make their way in America or in Japan. I can't tell where we are. I think it's Japan. They're going to make
What's
their
that got to
way.
do with Tupac and Snoop?
What does it have to do with Tupac, Snoop, and his son? Why are they there? Are they going to? Can you fight as Tupac? Can I do Tupac combos? Can I get two combos?
It's like
Can I do two combos?
with Snoop Pac or Snowpac? With
Snoop Pac. I'm
yeah,
done,
bro.
dog.
Yeah, it's like Yakuza, man.
This is bullshit. Like, I don't want this.
Yeah.
I don't want it. It's like, if it's Abraham Lincoln, sure. I don't think his family's gonna be too mad. But Tupac, someone said, like, what is Biggie next? Is Biggie the boss? Is Biggie gonna be like some secret boss? Like, you bring Biggie out, dog? Is Big Pun gonna show up?
We can't start doing that. Don't.
They've already done it.
Don't talk that into existence, bro.
Dude, look at my hand. It's vibrating like the Flash, bro. Look at my hand. the proof is right here.
Yeah, bro.
There is no low they won't hit, dog.
Damn.
Stranger than heaven. Diddy's always the last.
Here's my question: are you interested in this game?
No.
Even after the 4-minute trailer we watched 2 weeks ago,
I've never been a Yakuza guy. I don't like those games. Like you said, it's the feel, right? Like you say, oh, the later Devil May Cry, the feel of the action is not what I'm liking, right? I don't like the gameplay. I've never liked the Yakuza fighting gameplay. It's just never running around Japan, and that's just never been my thing. This just pisses me off because it's like, what are we doing? What are we doing to our greats, man? Are we all that commodable where even in death we can't be? We have to be subjected to this nonsense. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Maybe I'm being a little too over.
Number one record coming. Wait for it.
What if a new
song.
AI?
Wait for the original song, bro.
The Stranger in Heaven remix with Tupac, Doug.
Yes,
the Stranger in Heaven remix with Pac on the track, AI powered, bro.
With Snoop, with
Snoop and Pac jumping in, California love, and fresh out of jail,
dude.
out on bail, California
if
dreaming.
I could throw 15 cents on the poly market on that, how much will I win? How much will I win? Because
I think you hit like a good little honey pack. I think you hit I think you'll get like a little hundo. You know what I'm saying?
I think that's a thing.
I think that's a thing. Speaking of things that are things, man, Resident Evil things, man. We kind of saw this coming, right? Resident Evil Code Veronica announced Capcom trailer, not live action, but gameplay, showing a little bit. they are kind of going into the well of their remakes because what have they remade? One, two, and three so far, and four. So, and my thing has always been, Wash, why are you remaking the good games? Remake the bad ones. Remake the games that need to be remade.
Yeah,
I've
bro.
never. This is the only Resident Evil game I've never beaten because it was just
Oh,
it just played bad. I couldn't get into the. I was so overtaking controls at that point in my life, and I was just over it. Wash, do you concur with that? What did you feel about this trailer?
I have watched this game, but I have also played this game, and you are correct. The code name Veronica, like the original PlayStation, like not a fun time, not a fun time moving around in that game. So I dropped that
Mm-mm.
fairly quickly. But I like this trailer. I like that we're going back here. I like that. I liked everything about it. The only thing I probably would say that I didn't quite get enough of a feel because when I was watching it,
Yeah,
I
hundred
didn't
percent.
connect in my head that it's just going to be a remake, like they're remaking this. I was kind of looking at it as like, oh, we got ourselves a new story, and it's like, no, we're just going to redo the other one, and it's like, oh, okay, fine. I guess that's what we do these days, but it's like, why not just give us something
I
new?
mean, Resident Evil's been on a rotation. It's like new
Yeah.
game, remake, new game. We got seven, and then we got like two. We got eight, then we got three, and then we got four, and then we got Requiem. Now we're getting Veronica. So I think after this game kind of runs its course, there'll be enough time has passed for a good Resident Evil 10. You know what I'm saying?
To come
Whatever
out.
that is. So I'm okay with these remakes.
How quickly
Spe-
are they cranking these things out? What's it take to
seems
make a
like
Resident Evil game?
it seems to be going quick because we just got four.
Yeah.
We just and I think they've really got comfortable with their gaming engine, the RE engine, and they're
Mm,
like, "Yo, we got this locked in. Just give us an idea, and we can just do it. We just need time." I think they're super comfortable with their in-house gaming engine to where they're like, "Yeah, we just can do whatever we want at this point," which is
okay.
good. You want
Yeah.
them to have that comfortability, but at the same time, speed. You know, there's nothing wastes more time than try to speed things up. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
maybe let's slow down a little bit, Capcom. Breathe a little bit. Let us miss Resident Evil. You know what I'm saying? Like
Maybe a bit.
maybe a little bit,
Maybe a bit. Maybe a bit.
right?
Or
Am I
give me a
crazy?
good like give me maybe a bit. Maybe just a little bit of a breather.
A
That's
hair
all.
of a breather.
Because they're kind of running on top of each other now, and
Yes, that's
it's
what I'm
it's
saying.
starting to get a little muddled in
It's starting to
what
get a little
the
incestuous, if you know what I'm saying.
thing is.
Like,
What are we doing?
what are we
Like,
doing? Because I would
are
have
we just
expected us
throwing
to.
stories to the wall, or
I feel you because it's like I would have thought we would have got Requiem DLC or something, right? Like the game that just came out, the game I'm invested in, I spent money on. I kind of want DLC for that.
did you play the
The new
DLC
game
that
mode?
came out for him? Yeah, the new game mode.
No,
No,
because
I thought
it's
it
not
was
really.
DLC. I thought it was a new story
No,
for Bro.
it's like an add-on. It's like a game
Okay,
mode. It's
damn.
it's a Leon must die mode. It's just replaying the old levels, but within an arcadey feel. If it was story and if it was like furthering the plot, I would have got on it. But the gameplay wasn't that good. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? Like where I want to just play it like Street Fighter and get good at it or nothing. But yeah, need a lot of space from Resident Evil. I wouldn't say a lot of space because Resident Evil's like one of their bread and butters. We're not even talking about the Monster Hunter expansion that was announced today as well. But I just want to kind of a little bit of breather. Let's space this out a little bit, guys. You don't want to cannibalize your content. So
And
that's
it really is a thing. It really is a thing. It's a trap, and I mean we see it every damn day. And it's like,
100%.
yeah, let's give it 18 months, 24 months before you drop one on us. I mean, if you
Yeah.
want to drop it and it's done, that's cool. But just let's
But
hold it a bit.
yeah, because
Even
it's
though
like,
we don't have a do we did we get a release date on this?
nah.
2027?
I think it
Okay.
said 27, but I could be wrong. That I was overstimulated by that whole event. They dropped Alien Isolation too, man.
Yeah.
It's a lot. There was a lot of stuff that didn't make this docket that I felt was a bit more pressing because it was fresh updates. The last thing I want to talk about tonight is the Ninja Turtles, The Last Ronin game by Platinum Games, the guys who made Devil May Cry, the guys who made Bayonetta, the guys who've, made that type of game that you just, that kind of what did he used to call it? Um Kind of like character action game. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah. I know what you're saying. Yeah.
So this is not up your alley, but this is right up my alley. It's based.
I didn't even see this. Where was this?
It
When
was
did
it was
this
a
drop?
it was in the middle. That looks good too. Yeah, this dropped it somewhere in the middle of the presentation. It was very vague because they showed like Raph's side, they showed Donnie's bow, they showed the turtle, then it had the music, then Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles music, but told darker, join the resistance, sewer man cover kind of thing. The Last Ronin.
You know what? I thought it was a VR game.
It looked like a VR game because there's no gameplay. There's
That's
zero
that's
gameplay.
why my brain just kind of stand over it. But yeah, I saw this trailer now. But yeah, I thought it was like a VR game because they came out with a couple of those now. So all right, very
Yeah,
good.
only reason I bring it up is because they mentioned it months ago, but they said they weren't going to do it. They said no, that we lost the rights to do this game. So we all thought it was dead in the water, and here we are, Platinum Games. Their shine never lusters, making the Last Ronin video game. Do you know anything about the storyline, The Last Ronin?
Yes, I do, and I'd much prefer to see this movie because that
Yeah,
that looks like a very cool like movie poster, and I'd be
like
like, you know what? There's my $20 with some
yep,
popcorn. Let's
corn in a
go.
nice drink. Make Logan, but Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Just make it
Yeah.
dark and it's crap. So Platinum Games hasn't really been on their top of their game lately. No pun intended. Their last few games haven't been as um strong as, let's say, a Bayonetta or a Devil May Cry. So I'm kind of worried about the guy who ran this, who used to run Platinum Games, left the company, Kamiya, and he's
Mm.
back with Capcom. The guy who made Platinum Games popular is now working on Okami with Capcom, the Okami remake that was announced like 2 years ago. He's just been kind of chugging along on that. So this will be the first game not run by Kamiya for a game like this. So I'm curious to see what they have, what kind of, who stepped up. You know what I'm saying?
And turtle games are not an automatic win.
No, they're not.
No,
They're
they're
very,
not.
very,
So
very hit or miss.
yeah, so it will
Sadly,
be interesting to see what they do with this. I will definitely watch it, but with the gameplay, I can imagine what we're going to get. Because even though Bayonetta a great game, I watched it. I don't want to play it. They're like stroke, man. It's like
yeah.
what are
You
we
better. It's like
doing?
it's like playing Ikaruga or fucking
Like what in
or
the hell,
Gradius.
bro?
Focus. It requires your focus, bro.
Yes, yes. Maybe that's why I don't like it. Skyrim.
Sky.
Anyway.
Last question for you.
Yes, sir.
What's your favorite turtle game? And yes, there's a wrong
Oh,
answer.
the only answer is Nintendo or not Nintendo. The arcade version of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Okay.
Like
Damn it.
that is the only
You
damn
make
answer to
you
this
making me
question.
mad because that's not wrong. But my answer of all time is Turtles in Time on Super Nintendo.
That's not
Turtles in
wrong.
Turtles in
Yeah,
Time.
that's not wrong. But
It's
yeah,
not wrong.
the arcade
Fine.
version.
The arcade version in the arcade
Come
with
on,
the room
man.
on fire.
Yeah,
Yeah, fine.
come
I'm
on.
not gonna. Damn it! This is why you're my friend, dude.
So,
You piss me off sometimes because you're
so
so
it's
right.
it's close, but not really. You
Nah,
know
yeah,
what I
man.
mean?
Turtles in Time is goaded. You shut your mouth. You shut your horror mouth. Turtles in Time
Uh,
is probably the best Turtles game of all time,
it
dog.
is a
But
good game.
it is a good game. Those are good games. Speaking of good games, GG's. We've hit the end of Masters of the Nerdiverse podcast. It's a wrap. Episode 167. Tupac is back, baby. They resurrected him with the power of money. Um, so Wash, at the end of all things, of these four topics, which one did you enjoy talking about the most?
It turns out to be the one I didn't see, and that's Tupac. Simply because, like, I have no idea what this game is now. And we had talked about this game, and the game does not really excite me. It still
Strangers
doesn't
in
necessarily
heaven.
excite me. But why is this happening? Like we talked about Bruce Lee and Hitman,
Yep.
right? We're like, why?
Yeah.
This falls into that category with Snoop. Hey, with Snoop first and his son. Like during the original trailer, you're like, all right, I mean, I guess like money, okay, but why? So
Are
I'm
we just
interested to see what happens. Are we jaded? Like cynical?
no. Are we
Oh,
just gonna get to the point where in the year 2045 they're making Star Wars movies with a de-aged Harrison Ford and a de-aged, probably at that point passed away, Mark Hamill, and a de-aged, Carrie Fisher with voices and everything that look like we're talking right now, and we're all gonna just be complicit in that madness? Is
I
that where
am
we're going?
expecting to be able to do that via prompt sometime in the next 5 or 6 years, bro. So yes, because I have plenty of Star Wars stories that I would like to see that I can't make. So let's just type them in, and there, it's there.
Hey
It's
guys,
called the future. I'm sorry.
who's your favorite Superman? Christopher Reeve? Okay, you want him to just be in Kingdom Come? Type in
Yes.
this prompt. Type his name. Guess what? You have a realistic Christopher Reeve back from the dead. Guess what? With Gene Hackman back from the dead, and they're all just dancing like you like meat puppets.
We're
I just
going to
my spirit can't be cool with that, man.
I'm going to ask you a question. I mean, and you're using it in the death sentence. Cool, right? Fine. Let's say you didn't. Let's say you used it in the Jerry Seinfeld sentence, right? And there was a Jerry Seinfeld game, and you're like, you know what? I want to see Jerry Seinfeld as Mr. Gadget. I think that would be fun. Is
That
it
does sound kind of fire.
wrong? That does sound not bad. Is it wrong to have the ability to do that if you want? Is that bad? I mean, you can make a cheeseburger when you want, but you don't go see the cow get killed, you know? So I guess this is where I'm coming from is like is is it simply is is it bad because it can do things that we imagine and want?
It's kind of the Jurassic Park problem, where
Ooh.
just because you were so occupied with if you could, you didn't stop to think if you should. You know what I'm saying? Where that kind of human manipulation is so powerful that it stops. It doesn't stop at ooh funny movie that I want to watch. It's did you see Mike on Figueroa ass naked fighting cops? That was crazy. Mike, that was Mike. He was over there on Fig Saturday night. Look, it's his face. Now I'm going to jail in the comfort of my own home because some deep fake had me over there that looked just like me and I don't have an alibi.
Okay,
That
all
kind of
right.
stuff, it starts to bleed until when you start taking people's likenesses against their will and putting them in situations that they may not even want to be in, it starts to rob people of their own identity.
But I can go speaking of Tupac right now, and I don't even know, but I can guarantee within the next 10 minutes, I could have Tupac singing a song about ice cream cake.
Is
And
that
it
that's
would
not
sound
weird to
like,
you?
no, it's called the future. Why?
I
Because
don't
Tupac isn't going to sing a song about ice cream cakes.
I don't know.
He's gone.
I would like
But you
some
like Tupac, right? You like ice cream cake, right? Wouldn't you
but
like
I
to
would
hear a song with the
what
two?
what I would like more is control over my own self, control of my own
But there's a
representation, control of my
camera
own
everywhere you
brand,
go. Like
you
you don't
know?
have that. You're living in an imaginary state. Like everything you do is being monitored 24/7. You
Hi,
talk about
we're on
you
camera
talk
now.
about
Yeah.
that, and we're gonna go off topic. But it's like folks who are doing the DNA testing, which they can sell your DNA to a third party company. What? You can sell my
You don't think they don't
DNA?
have your DNA? Yeah, that's that
Like
kind of thing.
like it's
It's
like
that kind of Have you
I
ever drawn
find
blood?
that weird, right? I
Yeah.
don't find yes, I question why. Is it necessary? But I guess I don't necessarily
It's
find it
it's
weird.
such a slippery slope. I won't say it's weird because if it's the future, it's the future. but it's the application is so slippery
Yeah,
that I'm not comfortable with it just yet.
yeah.
Like
You make a valid point. All because we
especially
can, they doesn't mean we're asking, should we?
let's
Yeah,
say if
no,
you're Tupac's
valid.
mom, right, and you didn't know about Stranger Than Heaven, and you saw this with that would probably piss her off. I would think, right? Her baby's in some game and they didn't even ask to get her okay. I'm sure they cleared it with the family. I'm sure that's all. But what I'm saying is a hypothetical. I don't want to see me in in clown makeup on somebody's, Roblox because they thought it was funny. I
But
would
I
I
mean,
would be upset about that.
technically, someone can take a screenshot of this right now and do that.
Yeah, they can, but should they be able to? That's my question. Yes, they can, but should they have the right to?
Y-
That's my question.
I mean, right is different, but can they? Should they
Well,
be
yeah,
able to? Yeah, I
can
mean,
look. We got Deborah. We got Deborah Mall right here. That's just her, right? We got Tupac literally right there. They
yeah.
can do it. It's done, and
Tupac's
it's only
with
gonna
us on the show today.
Tupac episode 167. Tupac is back, guys. And on that note, Wash, do you have any final thoughts before we close this bad boy out?
No, that is it, my friend. That is it. A great show. Fantastic. That was awesome.
Amazing show. We have more to come on Masters of the Nerdiverse. Speaking of Masters of the Nerdiverse, go see Masters of the Universe this weekend. That's your homework. Support that movie. I'm hearing good things. I'm probably going to see
Yeah.
it 2 times. So go see that stupid movie. Support it. Have a fun weekend, everybody. Enjoy yourselves. Be safe. Stay cool. Summertime. It's in June. It's about to get crazy. I'm of course Master of the Nerdiverse Mike G. He is the Master of the Nerdiverse Wash. We are the Master of the Nerdiverse podcast. I'll fight you, Bradley. And I will always say MOTN out. Go see that movie, guys. I'll talk to you. We'll talk to you next week. Next week.